Hey guys, how's it going? Steve here. I wanted to make a video on 3 things that I think you should do to get started in real estate in 2026. Now, this is focused on investing in real estate and putting yourself in a position focused around investing. That's what I do, and so that's kind of the angle that I'll be taking in this video. To start off, I've been in real estate for over 3 years. I've done probably 100 transactions in that time frame. Not a ton, very realistic numbers. Been doing this full time ever since September of 2022, and going to become a broker soon. And I own a HomeVesters franchise here in Oklahoma City. So the first thing that I think that you should do is get licensed. I know that there's going to be a lot of controversy around that. Like, hey, you don't have to get licensed to start investing in real estate. And that's fine. This is my opinion, and so this is my video, and these are my tips. So I think that everybody who's interested in investing and getting into real estate should get licensed. Reason being is you get a good baseline of education around real estate and how contracts work and terms and that sort of thing. And I think it gives you a lot of options as far as what you can do. Once you get a basic real estate license, it gives you a lot of options as far as, hey, you can go work for a builder, you can work as a real estate agent, you can work as a property manager. It gives you more options as far as what you can do in real estate versus if you don't get licensed, you're kind of stuck. Especially too, wholesalers in Oklahoma City and Oklahoma need to be licensed as well nowadays. So there's really a lot of restrictions around what you can and can't do without a license now. So that's the first thing that I would recommend. The second thing that I would recommend if you're wanting to get into real estate in 2026 is proximity. So what do I mean by proximity? What I mean by that is a lot of people can't just get licensed and then become a real estate agent full time because they can't afford it, because it takes a lot of manpower, it takes a lot of work to get your pipeline started, to get referrals, to get deals going. And so you need a paycheck every month, right? And with real estate agents, we know that their income is very fluctuating. And so getting started at the beginning can be really hard because there's no steady income with being a full-time real estate agent. So what I would recommend is trying to, if you can't afford to be a real estate agent full-time right at the start, is find a job that's real estate related and gets you in proximity with real estate. So what do I mean by that? If you've got some skills, do some general contracting work, do some handyman work, those sorts of things to get you involved with people who are working and fixing and doing things on houses. If you get licensed, you can become a property manager and work for somebody managing rental properties. There's not a ton of those jobs out there, but people are looking for those types of people all the time. If you're available and you have kind of a part-time schedule, be a runner for one of these property management companies. They're looking for people to pick up lock boxes, yard signs, all that kind of stuff. It's not going to be, the most lucrative business, but it will get you in proximity with these people who are doing the deals, who are doing business, those sorts of things. Bird dogging for people, going out and finding distressed properties for these investors that want to buy them, doing that sort of thing. All this stuff is just creative. And you can use your imagination with whatever things that you think that can get you in close proximity to people doing real estate. That's my line of thinking is like, hey, if I can't do real estate agent full time, how do I get close to these people where I can be working with them or around them? And that's how you'll start to develop these relationships. And then you can say, hey, I'm interested in doing this. And you never know what kind of connection will pan out into something bigger. The third and last thing that I'm going to recommend if you're trying to get started in real estate, which is similar to kind of the proximity principle, is mentorship. So if you're really interested in getting involved in investing real estate and fix and flips and distressed properties, there are Facebook groups, there's meetups, there's real estate brokerages that will have gatherings with all these kinds of people. Go to these events and get yourself involved with some of these people and actively seek somebody who's willing to mentor you, meaning somebody who's going to coach you, who's going to give you the shortcuts, who's going to teach you the things that they learned more than likely the hard way. I was lucky enough that my father-in-law had been in business for 20 years and had been doing fix and flips in single family rental properties since 2002. And when I got started, he brought me in and was able to take me from a newbie greenhorn square zero all the way up to where I am now, which I don't think I'm that big still. I feel like I'm still learning all the time, but I feel like I can do things on my own now. I don't need somebody to guide me through the entire process anymore, that I can independently do these things. And I wouldn't have been able to do this without his help. And so finding someone who's willing to do that for you, give you some help, navigate you around some of the roadblocks and give you some pointers and tips, and then you can take that information and then do with it what you want. Whether that be doing some wholesaling, being a real estate agent full-time for investors or not for investors in retail space. The options can be pretty wide open once you get your license and all these things that I've talked about. You have a lot of options that you can take, but having a mentor is huge because they'll give you, it's just like a coach in any sport. They can give you the roadmap that they took in previous experience and give you the tools to then help you be successful later down the road. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope it brought you some value. And I hope that if you're interested in becoming a real estate agent or getting involved in real estate in 2026, that you really go for it. And if you have any questions, you can leave some comments down below. But I appreciate you watching and have a great day, guys.